can you explain project to sketch? Sorry, Alex, I might be taking your job there, but that might be a great one to start. I don't know. Does anyone want to take that one?
Sure, we'll get that one going. I'm already in a part here and everything.
This is Adam's screen.
So, project to sketch is basically just a quick way to get things from another sketch or other geometry into your current sketch. So, if I go into a sketch here and then I just select a plane, doesn't really matter. Um, if I wanted to use this exact curve right here, I could use my shortcut for that, or it's up here in the top left. And you kind of can click your edges or even a face that you're going to use in your current sketch, and then you're going to tell Libre how you actually intend to use it. You could use it as a sketch figure and have it all constrained for you with this maintain association, or if you're just going to reference to it with maybe some dimensions or something like that. Anyway, yeah. So if you wanted to say, I don't know, make a circle here and dimension it from, I don't know, the top here a little easier, or whatever you might be using, or maybe make it that makes it a little bit easier sometimes, a little quicker to do that. So actually, oh, duh, helps if I get rid of this dimension. That'll be what's causing my issue. But if you wanted to make it a little easier to dimension to existing parts of your geometry, that's what it does.
So, just as a follow-up question on that, obviously, Alibre is parametric and you can go backwards and forwards in your timeline. Is there a way that you can ensure that your projected sketches follow any changes you do in before that point in your timeline?
That is a good question. That one might be another one for. I haven't had a whole lot of trouble with that, but uh, that might be a better question for Joseph or Costas there. I haven't
Yes.
had a whole lot of trouble with that.
Ask me one more time, Steve. Sorry, I was working on our sound here.
So when we project into Sketch, you can choose whether it's going to create sketch geometry or reference geometry. Because the Libre is parametric and you have a timeline, is there a way that you can ensure that if you make a change before the projection, let's say, for example, you change some dimensions, you want to make sure that that projected sketch follows the changes that you make within your timeline? How can you make sure that that's all constrained and you don't lose the logic of what you're trying to do?
Great question. And that would come down to checking the box of maintain association. And then with association maintained, it follows the geometry.
So if you can see here, I'm changing this angle of this kind of drafted surface here, and it is following it because I did that maintain association. It is indeed keeping that concentric with this arc here.
Cool.
That is a great example to come up with on the fly, Adam. That's very impressive.
And a lot of that will automatically dimension if I try to dimension that and I do a concentric with that arc. It'll usually automatically grab it, but there's certain things maybe you want to coincident with a point or a line that is already in your geometry. Maybe something that's on the other side that you can't necessarily see. Maybe it's not a symmetric part, like this part's completely symmetric on one side to the other. Maybe it's not, and there's something on the other side you can't necessarily see. That's kind of where it shines a little better, because if you can see it, usually you can just dimension to it without issue. But if it's kind of hidden, that might help you a little bit better. So.
Nice.